There's this thing in the Bible that talks about Christ ruling for 1,000 years with his saints. Could Tartaria have been that? It seems like, if you look at all these churches and the iconography everywhere, you have these resurrected saints all over these Catholic churches. And you read Revelation 20 and it says the resurrected dead will get to reign with Christ for 1,000 years as kings. It seems like maybe this has happened, and this is the remnants of it, these resurrected saints all over the cathedrals. Wait a minute, no. It can't be, because we're waiting for Jesus to return, right? You know, everyone, all Christians know Christ hasn't returned yet and established his kingdom, surely. So this doesn't work. But we have all this Tartarian stuff and this evidence for an advanced civilization that randomly disappeared, and you can't help but put two and two together. And okay, so if Christ has reigned for 1,000 years already, who are we in this time? What's going on? Who are we living in this time after the millennial reign? It seems like we really are living after tribulation. There has been 1,000-year reign of Christ physically on earth with resurrected saints, and we are in what's called the little season of Satan, which in Revelation 20, chapter 7, it clearly states when the 1,000 years has ended. So it ends. Satan's let loose from his imprisonment and goes forth and deceives all the nations to gather an army whose number is of the sands of the sea, Gog and Magog, to make war with the camp of saints in the beloved city. We could be the people living in that time, is basically what we've come to conclude.
Why let Satan out at all?
The millennial reign wasn't just a time of wonderful peace. He ruled with an iron rod. Satan's let out for the season to give the rest of the dead a choice. Do you want to choose Christ or do you want to choose the devil? And never take that free will from people. But it's kind of when you haven't got the choice, are the people really truly choosing you? I think that's really what it's about. I think it's to give free will, because Satan fundamentally, it's all throughout the book of the Bible. The book of Job is a good example of this. He can't really do anything without God's permission. He is basically, he has a job to fulfill for God, and it's to test people. That's all he's ever really been for, to test the faith of people. I think it's no different in this time. I think his job is to test the faith of people, to see who, when push comes to shove, who will people choose. There's a dividing going on here. And I think he's let loose for that short time to have his final hurrah, but at the same time to give people the choice back. Because we live in a time, think about it, you can know Christ. It's quite easy to know Jesus this day and age. His word has continued throughout all the destruction. You can know who Christ was and what he did and what the gospel is very easily. But you can also choose the world. You can choose to reject him, and you can kind of know who Satan is too if you want to, you know. So I think it's a matter of choice. That's what I'm working with so far.
When you said Satan can't do anything without God's permission, and that his job is like he's working for God to test people, like, man, I had this feeling run through me, dude.